Good evening, my dear warriors. Your Amrita engineering entrance exam is nearby, and many of you requested even during our JEE discussion sessions that you want mock test and mock questions, and most expected one specially. So here we are. Yesterday you had chemistry. Today now we are starting off with physics. I hope I'm audible and visible to all of you. Amrita entrance exam is nearby, and many of you requested even during our JEE discussion sessions that you want. Okay, looks like I'm audible at two places and quite visible too. And by the way, let me also remind you that there is a link in the description box which you can click. So in case you're looking for counseling sessions and admission sessions and you want information and counseling related to all alternative examinations and private universities and their admission processes and registration, obviously it's a very complex process. So if you need that help, make sure you fill in this Vedantu College Connect form. The link is there in the description box. Make sure you are entering your mobile number, and we will be getting in touch with you to assist you, help you out with your process of registration to admission to also counseling, everything. Because J is not the only exam. There are a lot of other universities and colleges which you need to be aware of. So that link is there in the description box of this particular video. Okay, so click on it and make sure you are filling it up. All right, so let's begin with the first question on your screen. Yes, Sachin, VIT will also come very soon. Hi, Hemant. Yes, we'll be doing it for everything. Don't worry. All right. Yeah, let's do it. Hi, Dharnish. Hi, Sachin. Hi, Kirtana. Hi, Naveen. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. So here it comes, the first one. A biconvex lens of focal length 10 centimeters is to be made from a glass material. If the refractive index is 1.5, then what must be the radius of curvature? This is based on the lens maker formula, which says 1 divided by the focal length is refractive index minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Now the focal length is already given. The focal length is 10, and because it is a convex lens, it will be positive 10. The refractive index is 1.5, and both the radius will be the same. It's a biconvex lens, so R1 and R2 will be equal, but sign wise they will be different. So the first radius, guys, will be, let's say, R, then the next radius will be negative R, and the reason for that is because of sign convention. If the rays of light are coming from here, this will be negative side, this will be positive side. This is the first surface with which the light will interact, so the radius will be on the positive side, and the second radius will be on the negative side. So that's why R2 is negative. Okay, then 1 by 10 will be equal to this 1.5 minus 1 is 0.5. This will be minus minus, which will become plus. So it will become 2 divided by R. Now 2 into 0.5 is 1. So 1 by R is 1 by 10. Taking the reciprocals, R will be 10 centimeters. So 10 centimeters, which is 0.1 meter, is the right answer. This 10, remember, this was in centimeters. If you convert it into meter, it will be 0.1 of a meter. Yes, option A. Very good, Rohit. Very good, Louis. Yeah, welcome aboard. Correcto. Shall we go ahead to the next question? Yeah. Okay, perfect, my dear warriors. Here comes the next question on your screen. A glass plate of certain thickness, 1.5 micrometer, and refractive index is placed in front of one of the slits in a Young's double slit experiment. The moment you place such a slit, the entire pattern gets shifted. So the wavelength of the light used is so and so. The phase difference between the interfering waves at the center of the screen. All right, very nice. So the question is, what is the phase difference between the waves which are interfering at the center of the screen? That phase difference will come is due to the slab introduced, because if that slab was not there, both the rays from both the slits were arrived simultaneously, there would be zero path or zero phase difference. So now because of that slab, there is a phase difference, and how much that is, we have to calculate that. Before that, we'll calculate the path difference. Now the path difference which is introduced because of that is given by the formula mu minus 1 multiplied by thickness. Therefore now the phase difference, which is the question, will be 2 pi divided by the wavelength multiplied by delta x, which means it is 2 pi divided by lambda. Delta x is nothing but mu minus 1 multiplied by the thickness. Okay, so 2 pi as it is. What is the wavelength, guys? 0.75 micrometers. So 0.75 into 10 to the power negative 6. Mu minus 1, that means 1.5 is the refractive index. So yes, standard 1.5 minus 1. And thickness is 1.5 micrometers. So 1.5 into 10 to the power negative 6. 10 to the power minus 6 and minus 6 will cancel. So 2 pi will be remaining. 1.5 minus 1 is basically 0.5. And you have 1.5. Shift the decimal, it will become 15. And shift the decimal over here. This will become basically 7.5. This will basically become 7.5. If you see again, this will become 2 pi. If you shift the decimal, or no need to shift, 15 5 is 75. So this will become 7.5 divided by 7.5, which is nothing but 2 pi radian. So 2 pi radian is basically option D, guys. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, is that clear? Yeah, amazing, 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 amazing. Namrata ma'am is not well, guys, so that's the reason why maths class is not scheduled. But as soon as she is well, then we'll conduct the maths class also. Namrata ma'am is not at all feeling well. Okay. All right. Moving on to the next question on your screen. Which of the following particles has the shortest de Broglie wavelength if all of them move with the same speed? Same speed, de Broglie wavelength. Lambda de Broglie is the Planck's constant divided by momentum, and the momentum is given by mass times velocity. Since all of them clearly have the same speed, that means velocity, therefore de Broglie wavelength is inversely proportional to the mass. Shortest de Broglie wavelength, meaning the largest of the masses. Beta particle is nothing but an electron, obviously small mass. Alpha particle is two masses of the proton plus 2 times mass of the neutron. Proton, this is just mass of proton. Neutron, that is just mass of neutron. So obviously the highest mass is for the alpha particle. So that's why the de Broglie wavelength will be the smallest. Yes, option B. Very good. Very good. Very good. Amazing. Yes, I'll be making a strategy video for in general AEEE, how to crack it in the first phase. Just give me some time. I'll be making it hopefully by tonight, maximum by tomorrow morning. Next one. Electric current in a circuit is given by I naught sine omega t plus theta. What is the dimension of theta? Now, whatever comes inside of this is always going to be a dimensionless number. It is always going to be dimensionless, guys. So whatever is inside. So in fact, even omega into t is also dimensionless, but dimensionally it should be same as theta, but both are dimensionless essentially. So theta, which is angle, has a unit, but it does not have a dimension. In fact, these are auxiliary units, if you remember, angle and solid angle. They have units, radian and steradian, but dimensions not there. There are only 7 dimensions. Keep that in mind. Yeah, I hope this is absolutely clear. All right. Yes, you can watch my old lectures also, man, for preparation. Why not? Why not? Why delta x is equal to mu minus 1 into t? That is the formula, man. That formula is a standard formula in wave optics. If you want, you can check out my wave optics class. There I have derived this formula, which you have to remember. So whenever a slab is there, the path difference introduced because of the slab is thickness into mu minus 1. Okay, so that's the reason. There is a derivation for it, but remember the formula. Just like height formula for a projectile is u square sine square theta by 2g, same way. Okay, cool, amazing. Right. Next one. When a projectile is at the highest point on its trajectory, the potential and the kinetic energies are respectively. So at the highest point, you can see the height is maximum. So it will definitely have maximum potential energy, but it still has some horizontal component. So kinetic energy is definitely not zero, but definitely it is minimum. So the potential is maximum and kinetic is minimum, not zero. A lot of people mark answer as D, but that is wrong. So maximum and minimum, that is option A, guys. Is that absolutely clear? How many of you said A? All right. All right. Very good. Very good. Sana, I'm taking the classes for JEE English, man. Focus on that. Okay. If you want, you can watch my JEE English classes. Right. So a charged sphere of radius 1 meter carries a charge of 1 into 10 to the power minus 4 coulomb. The electric field at a point P, which is at a distance of 3 meters from the center of the sphere, and at a point Q at a distance of 0.3 meters from the center of the sphere, respectively, are. Okay, let's have a look, man. First of all, if this is a sphere and the radius of the sphere is given to be 1 meter, the charge on the sphere is, let's say, Q, or let's say I'll put it as small q. Then the first distance that we are talking about is point P, which is at a distance of 3 meters. 3 meters is somewhere here. So at a distance of 3 meters, the electric field formula is kq divided by the distance square, which is 9 into 10 to the power 9 into the charge, which is 10 to the power minus 4, and the distance, which is 3, so 3 square. So 9 and 3 square will cancel. This will become 10 to the power 5 Newton per coulomb. 10 to the power 5 Newton per coulomb. I think some unit mismatch is there somewhere. Unless and until that happens, this will not be the case. So I think there is some unit mismatch somewhere or the other. Maybe this is 10 to the power some microcoulomb or something like that. I'm not really sure. But yeah, otherwise this should be 10 to the power 5. Okay, everyone? Absolutely? Pakka? All right. Yes, 9 into 10 to the power 9, and distance square, guys, distance is 3 meter. Unless the distance only was something else, then the story is completely yeah, different. Or maybe this was not 10 to the power minus 4, maybe it was 10 to the power minus 9. Only then you will get something else as the answer. So let's say this was nothing but, for example, 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb. Then over here also I would have put, over here also I would have put 10 to the power minus 9, and then I would have got the answer only as 1 Newton per coulomb. Maybe that could be the only solution which can explain why options are having 1. The second point is 0.3 meters. So 0.3 meters is inside. 0.3 meters is inside. Inside, the electric field is always going to be 0. So it will be 0 inside. So option B is the correct one. Anyways, there is only one option which says 0. This option wouldn't have mattered then. All right, correct? Everybody with me on this? Amazing, amazing, amazing. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen, and here it is. So you have a capacitor and charge, and it is made to discharge through a resistance. What is the time taken for the discharge of 50% of the initial charge? Now, usually you can say that this is out of NCERT because RC discharging is not there, but there have been instances where sometimes randomly they might ask questions on RC charging, discharging, or LR charging and discharging. So just remember the formulas at least. Like for example, the charge while you are charging it is given by capacitance into the voltage into 1 minus e raised to minus time divided by RC, this formula. And the charge while you are discharging it is given by the original charge into e to the power negative t divided by RC. So this is the formulas which, if you remember, it will be helpful. Now, since we are talking about discharging and the time taken for 50% of the initial charge, 50% means the final charge is q by 2, original charge was q, 50% loss, and this is e to the power minus t divided by RC. So take this below, so or else if you want, take it on the other side. So e raised to t divided by RC, 2 will come on the top, is basically 2. So taking logarithms on both sides, so t divided by RC is nothing but log of 2. This ln2 means log to the base e, of course. So therefore my value of time will be RC into ln2. Now you just have to substitute all the values. The resistance is 1 ohm, capacitance is 0.144 into 10 to the power minus 6, guys, and into ln2. What is the value of ln2? Substitute and you will get the answer of the time. Yes, my dear students, you should get it as 10 to the power minus 7. Yep, approximately you should get it as 10 to the power minus 7 because log 2 is 0.69. Yeah, standard value. So if you multiply 0.69 and 0.14, it will almost come out close to 1. Yeah, That is option A, man. Yeah, option A. 10 to the power minus 7. Okay, cool. Perfect. Usually you will not get these kind of questions, but there are chances. Okay. Yes, there will be JEE Mains Physics April attempt classes also, but not now, after a few days. Okay. Fair enough. Right. Shall we move ahead to the next question coming up on your screen? And here it is. The object of size 10 centimeters is at a distance of 10 from a convex lens. The focal length of the lens is 5 centimeters. The size of the image is how much? Focal length given, distance given, object size given. So size of the image is asked. So it's a lens, right? So yeah. So 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by your F. So image distance only is the unknown. If I get it, I'll solve the problem. Minus 1 by object distance. Object distance is how much? 10 centimeters, but negative 10. It's having a focal length of 5. So 1 by 5 over here. So therefore 1 by V will be 1 by 5 as it is. Minus minus is plus. On this side, when you take it, it will again become negative 10 upon reciprocal. So LCM over here is 10. 5 goes with 10 two times. So 2 minus 1. So it will become 1 by 10. So image distance is basically 10 centimeters. But that's not the question. We have to find the size of the image. So for that, we need magnification, which is V by U. Magnification is height of image by height of object, which is V by U. So image distance is 10. Object distance is negative 10. Image height, I do not know. Object height is also 10. So image height is obviously minus 10 centimeters. This minus just means it is inverted, but size wise, it is just 10 centimeters. Yeah, option A. Very good, Rohit. Sri, Lewis Hamilton. Amazing, man. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Moving on to the next one. There is a mass of 0.01 kgs. It is hung from a series combination of two ideal light springs having spring constants 10 and 20. The net stretching is how much? Because there are two springs, first of all, combine it together. And since it's series, so 1 by your K effective combination will be 1 by K1 plus 1 by your K2. Okay, so K1 is nothing but 10, K2 is nothing but 20. So LCM is 20, 10 goes with 22 times, so plus 1. So it will become 3 by 20. But remember that is 1 by Ks. So Ks value, the spring constant value will be 20 by 3 newtons per meter. Newtons per meter. Okay, but that's not the end story. We have to find the extension. So whenever you have a system which is attached to a spring mass system, the weight will be down, spring force will be up. So spring force will balance the weight. Spring force is Kx, weight is mg. Here we are talking about effective spring constant. So the extension will be mass times gravity divided by the effective spring constant. M is nothing but 10 to the power minus 2 kg. G is 10. K's value is 20 divided by 3. So this will become 0, 0 will cancel. So 3 by 2 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 2. So this is in meters. So if you convert it into centimeters, this will be 3 by 2 centimeters. So that is 1.5 centimeters. So which is nothing but option B, of course. Yes. Very good, Rohit Kumar. Lewis. Yes, Sri Ganga. Yes. Hello, Albert. Can you remember the standard half-time formula for a sieve? Half-time formula is different from your time constant. Time constant is different, which is RC. This was half-time formula. If you want to remember, yes, you can remember. But what if they are 75%? So then you will be stuck. So that is the reason why I said just remember the basic formula. It is not that difficult. Yeah, log 2 value 0.69, all those standard logarithms which you even learn in chemistry, it's better that you remember it here also. Okay, cool. Let's go to the next one on your screen. Photons of energy 6 electron volt fall on the surface with a work function of 4 electron volt. Then the stopping potential is how much? One second. Yeah, stopping potential is how much? So we all know energy of a photon is the work function plus the maximum kinetic energy. The energy of the photon is 6 electron volt. The work function is 4 electron volt, and maximum kinetic energy is given by E times the stopping potential. E will get cancelled everywhere. So 6 volt minus 4 volt is equal to stopping potential. So stopping potential is basically 2 volts. So 2 volts is the right answer, which is option A, direct one. Yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome. Very good. Moving on to the next one. A block of mass 2 kg moves when angle is 60 degrees. The coefficient of friction is 0.6. How much is the frictional force? So we all know that the frictional force which is there along an inclined plane will be also dependent on the normal, and that will be mu times of n. But do not forget the normal will be balanced by mg cos theta, right? Because mg sin theta will be down like this for that block. So mu times n means mu times of mg of cos of theta. Everything is given to me. Just substitute, you will get the answer. These questions are direct calculative, direct questions. Obviously, it's a game of speed if you remember. Yeah, all these examples, whether it is VIT triple E, SRM JET, SRM JE or Amrita, or whether it is MIT triple E, all these are exams which require you to conquer speed and high accuracy. The difficulty is not too much. Okay, so mu is 0.6, mass is 2, g is 10, and cos of 60 is basically half. 2 cancels, so it will become basically 6 Newton. So that is option D, of course. Yeah, 2 and 2 cancel, 10 into 0.6 is shifting the decimal, so that's nothing but the 6 number. Okay, why not sine theta? Because I do not know what the acceleration is. There might be some acceleration, and if I do not know acceleration, I cannot say mg sine theta is f. This is the most common mistake. So that is why many people think this is easy question, but there is a chance of a very dumb mistake here. People equate f with mg sine theta, which is wrong, because they are not necessarily balanced. In fact, that unbalance might result in the acceleration, and nothing has been said whether it is moving with constant velocity, constant acceleration. Nothing has been told, so we cannot do that. Okay, cool, right. Okay. Moving on to the next one. The forces 7i 2j and minus 5i plus 3j acts on a particle. The third force that should act on the particle to make it move with a constant velocity, guys. Make it move with a constant velocity. See, constant velocity means acceleration must be 0. That means the net force should be 0. So if you add F1 and F2, how much is it coming out to be? How much is F1 bar plus F2 bar coming out to be? 7i and minus 5i will give you 2i. 2j plus 3j will become 5j. So now think what must be added to this so that the resultant will be 0i cap and 0j cap. It is obvious F3 will be minus 2i cap minus 5j cap. Minus 2i minus 5j, that is obviously B option, which is absolutely correct. Very laddu question, but you have to interpret it within a short time, guys. So sorry. Yeah, you have to interpret this within a short span of time. That was the only catch. Otherwise, there is nothing great about it. Yeah. Moving on to the next one. Two satellites of 3m and m orbit the Earth in circular orbits of radius r and 3r. The ratio of their speeds, ratio of the speed of a satellite for that velocity of the satellite is root of, if you remember, g m divided by the radius. Now, a lot of people think this m is the mass of the satellite, but no, this is the mass of the Earth around which the satellite is orbiting. So, a lot of people I know, they substitute this mass as the mass of the satellite. Wrong. In fact, the mass is irrelevant in the calculation. So, velocity is indirectly proportional to the root of the radius of the orbit. So, therefore, v1 by v2 will be root of r2 by r1 and radius r3r, that means 3r by r. So, root of 3 is to 1 is the answer, which is B again. Yeah, no, lot of people make that mistake. Like I just said, 3m, many people write r and m 3r, so they feel that it is getting cancelled. But see, guys, that is the catch. Be careful, don't take these exams lightly also. Many times I have seen people take these exams very lightly and they feel that, oh sir, what is this, JEE only I did it, I'll prepare for boards. Chumma will go to the exam hall and can conquer it. But if you avoid silly mistakes, you will get a good rank. If you have speed, you will get a good rank. Your accuracy is good, you will get a good rank. So more questions accurately being solved, you have a good backup, peace of mind. Now you know, worst case, I'm getting Amrita College. Worst case, I'm getting VIT EEE. Worst case, I'm getting SRMJ. Worst case, I'm getting MIT. Worst case, I'm getting this private college. So your second attempt will go well. Your board exams will go well. And even after that, even if you're preparing for JEE Advanced, that will go well. Okay. So make sure you are taking these exams seriously. Don't be overconfident. Yeah, that's my advice. In an adiabatic process, the pressure of the gas is proportional to the cube of the absolute temperature. What is the value of gamma? In an adiabatic process, we have multiple formulas, PV raised to gamma, but pressure of the gas and temperature. No, we need relation between pressure and temperature. What is the relationship, guys, between pressure and temperature? If you remember it, yes, P raised to gamma minus 1 is proportional to T raised to gamma. Yeah, remember this. This is the relationship between pressure and temperature. Okay, so I have been given cube of the absolute temperature. Okay, so as per the given information, the pressure is directly proportional to cube of temperature. So to get it into this form, I will do one thing. This P is equal to, take gamma minus 1th root on both sides. So this will become T raised to gamma upon gamma minus 1. So comparing both of them, it is evident that gamma upon gamma minus 1 is basically 3. So gamma will be equal to 3 gamma minus 3. So 3 on this side will be 3 gamma minus gamma. 3 gamma minus gamma is 2 gamma is equal to 3. So gamma is equal to 3 by 2, which is 1.5. So 3 by 2 is the answer, which is obviously option D. So very nice question, guys. You should know this relationship. Apart from that, remember there are two other relationships like PV raised to gamma is a constant, right? And then you also have T V raised to gamma minus 1 is a constant, right? And of course, this relationship, which is nothing but P raised to gamma minus 1 by T raised to gamma is basically a constant. So these three relationships are true for adiabatic processes. Yeah, this is also useful for your JEE 28th January attempt, guys. So if you're watching it for tomorrow, don't feel that, sir, what about tomorrow? Do want we have a practice session? This is like your practice session. These are good questions only, and they can definitely be asked in different forms. There is a mass, xy plane, constant speed, position given. What is the time period, guys? What is the time period? All right, so let's have a look. First of all, if I want to find the time period and speed is given, I think I need to know the circumference. So from that I can get it. Time period is circumference 2 pi r divided by speed. So 2 pi is 2 pi, speed is how much? 40. So the only thing which I do not know is radius. So maybe that's why the position is given, because see guys, if this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis, and it is going in a circular path like that, and the coordinates are given to me, so obviously the radius will be the x square plus y square coordinate under the root. Radius will be root of x square coordinate plus y square coordinate under the root. So radius is nothing but 6 square plus 8 square, which is root of 100, which is basically 10. So just substitute the number 10 over here. 0, 0 will cancel. So it will become just pi by 2. So pi by 2 is C option. Absolutely the right one. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Nice question. Yeah. All right, all right. I'll be making a strategy video, man. Just give me some time, and in that, I'll be telling you important chapter names. All right, if that helps. Okay, let's go to the next one. Two resistances are connected in parallel, and this combination is connected with series. This combination is powered by 12 volts, no resistance internally. Ratio of power in 6 and 4 ohms. So better to draw the circuit. 6 and 3 are connected in parallel. Okay, this is your 6 ohms and this is your 3 ohms. They both are connected in parallel. Their combination is connected in series with 4 ohm resistance, and that circuit is connected to a 12 volt battery. Okay. Now, first of all, let's see what will be the equivalent circuit. Before that, 6 and 3, if I combine it together, I will get one single resistance connected to this course 12 volt. This is still 4 ohm. This will be nothing but 6 multiplied by 3 divided by 6 plus 3. So this will be 18 by 9, which is basically 2. So this will be nothing but 2 ohms. Now the final circuit will just be one single ohm connected to this battery. So 12 volt. So 2 plus 4 is basically 6 ohm. So from this we can get the current. So the current is battery voltage divided by resistance, which is nothing but 2 amperes. So 2 amperes of current is definitely moving across that. Now, once I get 2 amperes of current is moving, question is 6 ohms and 4 ohm. What is the ratio of the power dissipated? Okay. Now the 2 amperes, that 2 amperes will get distributed over here. That is one way of looking at it. Or I have another idea. What will be the voltage across 2 ohms? The voltage across 2 ohms will be current into resistance, which will be 4 volts, okay, voltage across 2 ohms. And what will be the voltage across 4 ohms? That will be current into resistance, which is basically 8 volts. Now, whatever voltage is there across 2 ohms will also be across 6 ohms. So this will be obviously 4 volts. This will be obviously 4 volts, whether it is 3 or 6, they are in parallel, same voltage in parallel circuits. So now the power loss in the 6 ohm resistance will be V square by R. So voltage is nothing but 4, resistance is nothing but 6. So this will be 16 by 6, of course, or 8 by 3, you can say. Then the power loss across the 4 ohm will be V square, voltage across the 4 ohm, divided by the resistance. Voltage is 8 volts, so 8 square divided by how much? Resistance. How much is the resistance? 4 ohms. So this is nothing but 64 divided by 4, which is 16. Now you have to take the ratio of both of them. So that means divide both of them. So 8 by 3 by 16 will be 8 by 3 multiplied by 16. So have we made a mistake? The ratio of the power dissipated between 6 ohms and 4 ohms. Just check this out. This is 8, this is 4, perfect. 6 ohms and 4 volts. V square divided by R. V square divided by R. All right. V square is across this, so that is 4 volts. Yep. So 4 square 16 divided by 6. So divided by 2, 8 by 3. V square divided by R. Voltage is 8 volts across 4 ohm. So 8 square divided by 4. Yes, 8 square is 64 divided by 4. Yep, 16. So 8 by 3 divided by 16. Oh, yes, I made a mistake here. Yeah, this was supposed to be 16 over here. My bad. So these two will cancel. So this will become 1 by 3 to the 6. 1 is to 6, which is C option. Yeah, that is absolutely right. Yeah, perfect. Very good. Very good. Very good. Sir, should I buy again for the April? No, if you have Eklavya Test Series, then don't buy it right now. Eklavya Batch or Eklavya Test Series? You need to be clear. If you have the Eklavya Test Series already, I think the Eklavya Test Series was only for the January attempt. For April attempt, it is completely different. So for that, you will have to buy separately. But if you are in the Eklavya Batch, then you don't need to. Okay, cool. Moving on to the next one. What is the velocity of light in the medium whose refractive index is 1.5? The velocity of light in any medium is speed in vacuum divided by the refractive index. So it is 3 multiplied by 10 to the power 8 divided by 1.5. 3 by 1.5 is 2. So 2 into 10 to the power 8. So 2 into 10 to the power 8 is option A, of course. Is that absolutely right? Yeah. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Amazing. 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 Let's move to the next one. A galvanometer of resistance 50 ohms gives a full scale deflection when 3 milliamperes of current passes through it. The series resistance that is to be connected to convert it into a voltmeter. So just imagine there is a galvanometer of 50 ohm resistance and the maximum current that can flow through it is 3 milliamperes. So you want to convert it into a voltmeter, so you add one more resistance so that it now becomes a voltmeter, and the maximum voltage that it can measure is 3 volts between these 2 points. So we can easily say that the voltage is the current into the resistance of the galvanometer plus the series resistance. So this 3 volt is the current, which is 3 into 10 to the power negative 3. Resistance of the galvanometer is 50 plus R. 3 cancels, 10 to the power 3 comes here as 1000, and this will become 50 plus R. So R will be 1000 minus 50, which is 950 ohms. So 950 ohms is B option, absolutely the right one. Cool, no need to buy any formulas, just have used Ohm's law, guys, and I know that whenever you talk about a voltmeter, the resistors are in series and the net voltage is measured in parallel to the actual device. Next one on your screen. The phase difference between the current through the resistance and the voltage across the resistance in a LCR circuit. So the current phasor, if I draw it like this, the voltage across the resistance is like that. The voltage across inductor is here and the voltage across capacitor is here. So as you can see, the current and the voltage across the resistance are in phase. They are in phase, there is no phase difference. So that's why the answer should be option B, 0 degrees. No phase difference at all. VIT still time is there, man. Don't worry. We will be doing those sessions also, not now. Okay, right? Let's move to the next one on your screen. The energy of two photon 1:4, the corresponding ratio of their momentum. Well, momentum is nothing but h by lambda, which is also energy by c. So P1 by P2 will be E1 by E2. The ratio of their moment is asked, it will be in the same ratio of the energy, because energy are in the ratio of 1:4. So momentum also 1:4. So hence B option. This was very direct question. No, it is not option A, it is option B. Yeah. For second phase, it is open, man. Or it will be open, Kevin. Just check out the website of Amrita. Okay. And if you need, guys, any kind of help, then remember this link is there in the description box. Amrita University, and in general for all the universities, right, we are helping. Our team is there to help you out, assist you, not just with the registration, but also which exams are there, what is the kind of preparation, what is the counseling that you need. So all those things will be helped. So make sure you enter your details so that we can get in touch with you as soon as possible, because a smart person is not the one who prepares for one exam. A smart person is the one who excels in one exam because that person is having peace of mind because of the backup examinations. So that backup examinations help you just in case something goes wrong in JEE Mains. You have these, and obviously these are good colleges. By the way, Amrita College gave a very nice package of close to 60 lakhs last year, and highest package. Average package is also good, and it's a very renowned college for computer science. A lot of new age branches are also there. Same thing with VIT or SRM, and so many other colleges. So definitely it's a good choice if you are not cracking JEE Mains. Okay, let's move to the next one. Assume that the wavelength of yellow is so and so, then its frequency is how much? The wavelength is given in the crown glass. Okay, so we know the wavelength of light in any kind of medium is the wavelength in air divided by the refractive index. So the wavelength in air will be lambda m multiplied by mu. So lambda m is 600 nano is 10 to the power minus 9 into 1.5. So 6 into 15, that is 90. So take one decimal away. So, and this 0 will also be there, right? Into 10 to the power minus 9. So that is 9 into 10 to the power minus 7 meters. From this, we can figure out what is the frequency, because we know lambda into f is speed of light. So f is c by lambda. So 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by 9 into 10 to the power minus 7. 3 by 9 is 1 by 3, and this will go on the top. 7 plus 8 is nothing but 15. So that's it. So this is nothing but 0.33 multiplied by 10 to the power 15. hertz. That is the answer for your frequency. 0.33 into 10 to the power 15. Option number B. No, it is not D, man. See where you guys have made a mistake. Many kids I know, they directly use this formula without even converting the wavelength. Remember, the wavelength will change. So when you use this formula, this is speed of light in vacuum. This lambda is that wavelength in air or vacuum. So be careful, guys. Lot of kids make this mistake. Yes, bitsat will also come, man. Not now, but later on. In a telescope, lens A and B are there. A is closer to the object than lens B. Which of the statement is correct? Okay, so lens A is closer to the object. This is lens A, for example. This is lens A. This is lens B. This is lens A, which is called as the objective. This B is called as the eyepiece. Eyepiece is smaller. Then which of the statement is correct? So what happens is, if you are seeing some object over here, if you are seeing the object over here, you will see an inverted real image being formed by the first lens. That becomes the object for the eyepiece, and it creates an enlarged, okay, inverted virtual image finally, because of lens B. So the first image is real, the second image is virtual. So real and virtual, that should be the answer. A forms a real, B forms a virtual image. So this lens makes an inverted real image. This becomes the object for this and makes a virtual inverted image as shown. Yeah, that is the answer. You can watch this for the 28th January attempt also, man, because these questions are not like out of the blue. Choose a group of incorrect statements formed from the following. Ammeter is used to measure current in the circuit to be connected in series. Absolutely correct. Ammeter should have very low resistance. Absolutely correct. Ammeter should have very high resistance. Absolutely wrong. Connecting an ammeter in series will not lead to any change in the current before. No, it does lead to change, because earlier there was no device, but when you connect an ammeter that has low resistance, it changes the effective resistance of the circuit, so the readings will be different than without the ammeter. So hence 3 and 4 are incorrect, which is option C. And they had asked which of the following is incorrect statement, not correct. Many kids make a mistake and they mark 1 and 2, which is option A. So don't hurry up, don't make silly mistakes. The questions are not difficult in these exams. It is the mistakes, the silly mistakes, misreading, overconfidence, which kills your marks. Okay, right. Like I said, man, Namrata ma'am is not well. So as soon as she is fine, then she will take the class. Electric potential in the region is given by 4x square plus 3. All numbers are in SI units. The electric field at a magnitude point minus 5, 1, 2. Electric potential is so and so, 4x square plus 3. So V is 4x square plus 3. So electric field in the x direction will be negative rate of change of potential with respect to x. So minus of, so 4x square's derivative is 4 into 2x, constant's derivative is 0. So minus 8x, but the x coordinate is minus 5. So electric field along the x will be minus 8 multiplied by 5, which is minus 40 Newton per Coulomb. But what about y component? That will be 0, because there is nothing. Z component will also be 0. So the net electric field will just be magnitude wise 40 Newton per Coulomb, because y and z components are not there, because this is a pure equation in x coordinates. So there is no change along y or in z. So option A, guys. Is that absolutely clear, everyone? Yeah, very good. Moving on to the next one. When there is a glass prism, refracting angle is immersed with minimum deviation of 30. The critical angle of that glass with respect to that medium is how much? Okay, so we have taken that glass prism, inside that fluid, you have placed it inside some kind of a fluid over here. Okay, and the question is, you know, if it is having some kind of a minimum deviation, so can you tell me what is the critical angle? All right. So whenever we know that minimum deviation occurs, certain formulas will hold true. So if I find refractive index, I can get the critical angle. And one of those formulas is nothing but this one. Refractive index is sine of a plus delta minimum divided by 2 divided by sine of a by 2. So sine of angle of prism 60, deviation is 30 divided by 2 divided by sine of 60 by 2, which is 90 by 2, which is 45. So sine 45 divided by sine of 30. Sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Sine 30 is 1 by 2. So that will become 2 by root 2, which is nothing but root 2 is nothing but refractive index. But that's not the question. We have to find the critical angle. So sine of the critical angle is 1 by relative refractive index. So 1 by root 2 is sine of that critical angle. So therefore the critical angle is 45 degree. So 45 degree, which is option A, is the correct answer. So this formula was needed to figure out refractive index. From that we can get the critical angle. Okay, nice two-step question. So these kind of questions again expected to be there in the examination. What is the magnetic induction flux crossing unit area in xy plane if magnetic induction vector is so and so? XY plane. Okay, so if you're talking about, this is y-axis, this is x-axis, this is z-axis, and we are talking about a unit area in xy plane. So this is that area, you can think this is that unit area which you can think. So the only magnetic field which will matter is the one which is parallel to the z-axis, because that is the only one which will give rise to the flux. The other components will not give rise to any flux. So this is the magnetic field along z-axis. This is that 1 meter square in xy plane. So the question is the magnetic flux, which is field multiplied by area. Field, you will just take 6, area is 1, so 6. Weber is the answer. Option C. Yeah, option C, guys. Very good. No, it is not D. Sanjit, yeah, it is option C. My first attempt didn't go as planned, but physics was good. I guess you will show mercy on us. And yes, not mercy, man. I will show all enthusiasm, not mercy. You're not under my mercy. You are my beloved students, man. I will do everything that it takes, whatever is in my hands, to make sure that you do much better in the second attempt. Don't worry. And you are not alone in this. At what distance from the point of equilibrium the kinetic energy equals the potential energy for SHM? Kinetic energy equals potential energy. So kinetic energy equals potential energy. Potential energy is half k x square. Kinetic energy is if I'll do one thing, if that is the case, now the total energy is kinetic plus potential, but kinetic is the potential. That means it is 2 times of U is the total energy. Total energy is half k a square. Potential energy is half k x square. K cancels, half cancels. So a square will be 2x square. Therefore, x square will be a square by 2. Therefore, x will be a divided by root 2. So a divided by root 2 is B option. So this is a much smarter way. Generally, I've seen kids do it by kinetic energy is half m v square, then they'll substitute v is omega root a square minus x square, then they will convert omega is root k by m. So it becomes much lengthy. But I know total energy is k plus u. So if both the energies are equal, the total energy is the double of the potential energy. So that was a much easier approach than the other one. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it is the speed which matters, man. It is the speed which matters. The level of the paper is exactly like this. Okay. The tension along a stretched string is doubled, then the speed of the sound along it will. So guys, accuracy. What did I say? Accuracy is important. Your speed is important. and mistakes, any kind of silly mistakes, misreading, all these kind of things. These three things are very important to save your marks in AEEE kind of exam. Okay, the speed of sound on a string is given by root of tension by mu. So if it is mentioned to me that this tension is doubled, then the speed will be made root 2 times. Yeah, so it will change by a factor of root 2. That's all. Yeah, it will increase by a factor of root 2. That is the answer. C option. Yeah, very good, Aniket. Very good, Sanjit. Narayan. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Let's move to the next question on your screen. There is an alpha particle which is accelerated by 4 volts. The energy acquired is how much? So if you accelerate a particle, the kinetic energy which comes from the potential energy, and potential energy is always the charge on it multiplied by the potential difference. The potential difference is 4. The charge on a alpha particle is 2 times of E. So therefore, it will have 4 electron volt. 2 4s are 8, E as it is. So 4 electron volt of energy, not 8. Oh, sorry. Why did I say 2 4s are 8? Sorry, 2 4s are 4. My bad, guys. It was 8. So 8 electron volt. My bad. 8 electron volt of energy. Yes. Got it, guys? 4 into 2, 8. And this E comes out as it is. So which is option C, of course. Yeah, that is the answer. So that was your question number 30, I suppose. And the PDF you will be getting in some time. The link will be there in the description box. And you can download it from there. Do not forget to like this video, share this video. And tomorrow, I will be making a separate video on your quantitative and English. Do you want me to do that? Let me know quickly in the comment section. Thank you so much and do share with all your friends.